What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Tony, Real the God, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to Tony Real the God Chronicles, man. We are here today to speak on a very, very sensitive topic. I find it to be, sort of sensitive. So, so we're gonna be speaking with these two beautiful women here on this topic. I hope y'all are ready to hear what they have to say because this is a very important topic that we should need to be talking about. Not many people talk about this is because people have their own belief system, y'all. So people believe the way they want to believe instead of just looking at it for the facts that it is. All right. So we'll see y'all in 30 seconds, though. See you in a minute. All right, and we're back. So I hope y'all are in tune today. Got your shit together. We're gonna get in depth with this today, y'all. All right, so let's go around the room. Sister Tune Time, how you doing? Introduce yourself.
How you doing, Tony? I am Toon Time the Scholar. You can find me Toon Time the Scholar on YouTube. You can find me on Toon Time on Big O. I'm just a community leader, mother, wife, and friend. Someone that can pretty much break it down like it needs to be broke down. I am your girl, Toon Time.
I'll tell you every time. All right, Sister Frankie, what's good? What's good? Welcome back to the show, sister. You know, introduce yourself, sister.
Hello, how you doing? My name is Frankie. Frankie Styles 3711 LLC on IG and YouTube. Appreciate you for allowing me to be here.
All right, all right. Glad you could make it. I really was hoping to get the rest of the sisters. I emailed everybody, but you know, as always, something's always not right. But hopefully, they during the show, as we're going, hopefully they'll tap in. You know what I mean? Um, so the title of the show, of the topic today, everybody, is systematic relationships and situations. That is the topic. And I'm sure that these two beautiful women here can shed some light on this topic. I'm sure from personal experience, general experience, things that they know or seem to be factual. So I'll start with you, Sister Frankie. Give us your opinion, on what you think about this. Think about this as far as the topic is concerned, systematic relationships. So let's start off with, I'll say, situations. Let's go on that. Systematic situations. How can you describe that in your own personal experience or just general, fact or knowledge?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What you say, Tony?
So,
Oh no, I was
situationship.
talking to
Okay.
Frankie.
So situationships like where people are not really getting to know each other, but they just sharing their bodies and like trauma stories. Is
As
that
far
what you
as
mean by like situation?
as far as systematic is concerned, so when you're in a situation systematically, everything things don't seem let's just say realistic. People are going by the fantasy of things instead of the actual standard reality of things. And that's why certain friendships don't work out or certain conversations tend to be, tend to go left because people don't live, what I'm saying, the reality of things. Everything's like a fairy tale and they're systematically brainwashed, you know what I'm saying, from the very system that we live under. And they go by everything as far as the system, but they go by it in an realistic manner.
I would
Gotcha.
agree with that.
Mhm. Go ahead, Frankie.
Okay. So I definitely understand the question now. So I do feel as though that the way people are raised allows them to be
She froze up. You froze up, sister.
versus having an overview. Um, although life experience, although, can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I was saying that I feel like the way people grow up gives them their experiences on how they view people. And then, life only teaches you to see things differently.
Okay. So, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. little bad weather going on over here in my part of the world. All right, starting to get to me. Uh, so would you say in any given situation, if someone's not being realistic, what saying, what would be your advice to that person? How would you even approach a person like that? If they're feeling like, oh well, it's all going to work out because the way that the policies are, the way that the system works, it works out in our favor regardless, knowing that you can't benefit from whatever the system tends to, however the system tends to work, knowing you can't benefit from this situation. Both situations are at fault here. How can you benefit from a situation that has just the unrealistic form of how you do things in your personal life?
Well, for me, I always find a different way around things. So there's no, you just can't do it type thing. You just got to do it somewhere else or a different way. So I'm not really into the systematic form to begin with. So that's why, I kind of view it differently. Although,
Mm,
as I do see, people doing things systematically to not go along with things as well. So there are two different systems out here.
mm. So, which system do you conform to, Sister Frankie?
Um, I conform to the system of self.
Mm,
So where what my self guides me to do
mm,
is what I feel as though is right and wrong versus you know, um, someone else telling me what right and wrong is, I guess.
mm. Okay. Mm, Woo. Excuse me, y'all. Whew. So, Sister Tune time.
What you got, Tony?
Let's see what you got. So. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna be nice. Don't worry. So Tune time. What is your opinion on systematic situations?
Well, I don't think it's a systematic issue. I think it's a entertainment for clout for show issue. I think a lot of people do things because the majority does it. They don't take in consideration the actual situation. But if they got enough people in the crowd that's cheering them on, whether they're right or wrong, then they'll pretty much sway that way. So for me, I just think it's all for a show. But I'm a pretty much an intellectual person, and I like to discuss things. And a lot of people, once they're mad and they're stuck in what is their way, they won't come out of it, especially if there's a crowd around. So
Mm,
that's how I view it. And so I tend to do a lot of conversation pieces with people. Maybe we can talk this out. It don't always work all the time, but it's worth giving it a try because I believe in peace. And in order to have peace, if you got a problem with someone else, you have to discuss it with them. So,
Mhm. Well, what if somebody said that, hey, let's just say that you are uh, in a conversation with somebody, right? You
mhm.
know, and and they decide to say that, um, let's just, keep it at, at the point of the topic. Let's just say they say systematically they believe that, you know, they can accomplish something that may be unrealistic. Wouldn't that sound stupid to you?
Well, you don't want to crush anyone's dream because they might could do some things that I can't. So I would not doubt it. I would be optimistic with them when they try to achieve this goal. I would listen to it, but I wouldn't try to, tear it down because sometimes you can see something that I can't see, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can see something that I can't see, I'm going to automatically down it because I don't see it that way. So to that person that's encountering that, I would just say keep the dreams alive, keep hope alive in that particular situation.
But what I'm just saying, I mean, let's just say if you knew that wasn't that was you knew that it wasn't going to succeed. You knew this, what I'm saying, from your own personal, what I'm saying, realistic experience. You knew that this was not going to succeed. This person was not going to succeed with accomplishing whatever they're talking about as far as they're going to systematically succeed, knowing how it's designed. So, but you knew, but instead of you saying pretty much what you just said to them, you just like, hey, if you think you do
Right,
it,
because
go
there
ahead.
are loopholes. There are loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
They've told me I wasn't going to change anything by running in this year's office. They told
Mm-hmm.
me that I was not going to win, even though I know systematically I'm not going to win. But I did win because they recognized who was on the ballot. So I won. What I done is I got the attention of the people, and I might not have won the actual race, but I won for them to know, hey, there's a black lady in our community, and she is raising eyebrows. So I, even though I knew that I wasn't going to win the race, but in myself, I say, hey, I'm winning. I'm gonna keep going until something changed systematically, and systematically it did change because I made history of first black person to ever run in this county. So I was still making history, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't win the race. So I would say to that person, even though it doesn't sound like it may work, you would still follow through with it systematically because in the system, it's not designed for me to win. But
Mm-hmm.
there is always a loophole. So I look for the loopholes to get into the system. Now that's just me.
Mm. Okay. Loopholes. And you know that there's no possible way you gonna win this race, but you gonna jump for it, jump in there anyway. You're gonna go swimming anyway.
I'm gonna go swimming anyway. I'm gonna go swimming anyway. Because I ran right. They
Mm-hmm.
ran off all black people from forever running in the race, and
Right.
so and I'm not saying that I haven't encountered some shit because I have, but it didn't stop me, and it's not going to stop me because I know this systematically is designed to scare me off, to knock me off of my balance, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to do that because I am strong in what I believe in, and I'm for the people. And when you for the people, you're gonna run into some doubters, some naysayers telling you can't do this. They'll even put stumbling blocks in your way so you can't do it. But I would encourage you to still keep going. That's what I would do.
Even if there's no, even if
Even
there's,
if there's no possible way of
mm-hmm.
winning, because someone is watching you until the very end. And I'm a strong believer that if you keep in the race until the end, you will get a prize. Now, it might not be first place, but you might even get second place. But you got a place in the race. So I think that's the more main objective. Uh, and then, like I said, I'm for the people, so I'm people based. So I would do it as for the collective and not just for myself.
Okay. All right. That I got you, sister. I got you. Basically, saying keep the dream alive.
Keep the dream alive. That's
Even
right.
if it's impossible.
Even if it's
Keep it
impossible, keep it alive.
alive.
Keep it alive.
A true believer. I see. A true
Yes.
believer in that. All right, but wait a minute. So answer me this here. All right, what if there has been, and you don't even have to be basic about this one. What if there has been constant failure to pretty much show that this is not going to work systematically?
I would continue on. And I'm a hard headed person. My grandma used to say, a hard head make a soft behind.
Yeah.
But if I got my mind stuck on something, now don't think that they have not tried to get me to not run, because they have. I mean, don't think that I have not received some type of threats and stuff, because I have. But even in the midst of all of that, I'm still running. Ain't nothing you can do. My name on the ballot. Ain't nothing you can do. Okay. So, you can try to scare me out of it, but I'm not going to move. I'm not going to budge, because this is what I want to do. So you just got to keep moving, persevere, because people going to always put a stumbling block in your path. And no matter what you're doing, it could be systematic or just regularmatic. Okay. People going to always try to throw a stumbling block in your path, because they see that you came up with something that they didn't come up with. So I just tell the people, just keep going, even though it might sound crazy. I'm sure Martin Luther King thought that his dream wasn't going to ever be alive. He never lived to see it, but he thought that the dream was going to be forever. And it is. He didn't, like I said, he didn't get a chance to see us come together as one people, one nation under God, but it's happening now. So I'm sure when he was saying this speech, they would say, Martin Luther King, now you crazy, man. You know these white folks ain't finna be with us, but look at it now. So I would keep the hope alive. I would keep the dream alive for Martin Luther King.
All right. We got us an activist on the show today. All right. Power to the people.
Power to the
Black
people.
power.
Black power. That's right.
All right. Sister Frankie, you still with us? I'm telling you, this energy here that Tool Time have is constant, man. It's constant, man.
That's right.
Sister Frankie, what's good now? So give me your take, sister, on, let's just say, the systematic, stoppage, all right? You know what I'm saying? That we all tend to go through, right? So what is your opinion on the systematic stoppage of a lot of our young youth?
I feel as though that the youth does not take the time to find the information in order to have the loopholes, to find the ways around the blockages, to use the obstacles as hurdles to grow them instead of using them as obstacles to hold them back. Because giving up seems to be an option for a lot of people versus persevering and pushing through.
So what can we do about the youth as far as saying this systematic let's just say evilness? What can we do about the youth? Because there's a lot of the youth giving up. There's a lot, very high percentage of them. They're just giving up, not worrying about it, not taking it seriously anymore, not knowing what true struggle feels like to get through to something systematically. And they're just giving it up.
Right. So my suggestion is to teach children early how to have the bank account, how to, work their bank accounts, and to own businesses. versus just going out trying to find a job, going to school to work for somebody else. And to know to have more than one basket. Everybody is so focused on one basket, and that's how they end up living check to check. So having
Mm,
more than one basket and teaching them to have more than one basket is definitely key in having your village survive.
okay. So what do they do? What do they do about what do they do about the systematic peer policies though? Because that can be even more of red tape.
Right. So of course, like so within your state jurisdiction and what have you, there are ages that you can work as. Although you can have your parents help you run a business in a non-jurisdictional way, which would be online, linking it to your own bank account, and these things will assist you. So, like, say if your child is washing cars or shoveling or what have you, these things will be added and noted. So therefore they can understand the checks and balances and how to save and know when their money is coming in and out. So I do think that is the missing link within the children these days on knowing how money comes in and out, the value of money, the value of working, and the different avenues of the credit checks and balances and purchases things because they just think like spend a check and get it right back versus how to invest and save and then spend. So
Mm. And I think you know what, and I believe you because I think all the kids need to learn how to use a credit card. They all need to learn how to use their money wisely, how to save their money. Because there is a lot of things, that are being changed every day as far as policy and laws. All this systematic, inappropriate behavior that's going on that's making it harder for the newer generation. You know what I'm saying? And they're all giving up one by one because they can't take the pressure. They can't handle, the crippleized behavior. You know what I mean? They can't take this shit. They're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sell drugs, or I'm just gonna, rob people. I'm just gonna do something for money, just whatever comes to mind. As long as I get a few dollars here, a few dollars there, I'm just gonna do it and not even go about it the right way. You know what I mean? So I think we have a lot of issue here. But what do you think, Sister Tune Time?
Well, I think, far as the system goes, that we would have to change the curriculum in the school system, and to incorporate trades instead of all these different subjects. Also, I think that in the household, you must teach your child the responsibility of what it is to maintain a household. Explain to them, break it down to them. Hey, even though you might be going to school, but if you don't uh, set yourself up financially, then you explain to them that's where homeless people come from. And I don't think a lot of parents or households are explaining this type of information to their children, breaking it down to them, what it means to have a job, what it means to have a career, trade. I don't think that they're breaking it down what it means to have to take on the responsibility of maintaining your household, you know. And just, I know I didn't do it. I do it a little bit more now, but when my children were young, I didn't explain to them, hey, we got to go to the grocery store and I got to spend $200-300 in cash because I make too much money to get food stamps. So therefore, I have to pay out of my pocket. You understand? So if they see a lack of food in the house, then they know, hey, mom had to buy with cash. You know, explain to them the life situations. We're just walking around saying, hey, I got to pay my bill, but we're not giving it to the children like, hey, if you don't pay this bill, they're going to cut it off. I don't get food stamps, so I can't afford but $100 worth of food this week. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all might have to eat one time instead of two. So it's a lot of things that our children are not being, taught on, or it's not being spoken of. That's why I would say systematically, I would change the curriculum in school to incorporate home economics, to incorporate some sort of trade or some sort of art, so that the child can, develop what their gift is. Some kids come out with their gifts. You know what I'm saying? Some kid may be good at painting, some good at building, things of that nature, working on the car, whatever. Put that in our school system so our children can already be trained to jump out there.
And you know what, sister? You know what? I don't. Hold on, sister.
Them.
Hold on, sister. I don't mean to cut you off. You know what I think that else they need in school, as far as a curriculum or as far as a class or elective, whatever. I think they should put a class where they can learn how to do electrical work.
Yes.
Has anyone ever heard of that shit in the schools?
No.
Have you heard, Frankie?
No.
Where's the classes for that?
So we did used to have trade schools when I was growing up, but then they took them out.
Right.
So we had the electrician, the mechanic, the hair,
we had all
stuff like that, and plumbing.
Yeah.
But they took it all out.
And they're feeding them this, and they're feeding them this, these sweet tarts. I call it sweet tarts. They're not giving them the real stuff anymore, man.
Oh, he called them sweet tarts.
They give the sweet tart classes, everything as far as you just get the regular based subjects, math, reading, science, history, all this stuff right here. But where are the trades? Where are the real work? Where's the real work? Where is that that's being taught into the schools? And see, this is why I say systematically for the youth, it's just not right. If I had control of that shit, y'all, I'm telling you now, I would put everything I could into the educational curriculum.
That's why it's important to visit your school boards, go to those meetings, be involved at the school. I tell you another thing that is too much incorporated in the school system: our sexuality. Sexuality is too much in the school systematic system. Okay, no child should be at school worrying about what kind of sexuality they got. It's just unheard of. Us growing up, we didn't have all of that. And look, we turned out good. We turned out really good. I got to say myself, I turned out really good as far as the mindset, as far as being able to go out there and get it and make sure it happens. The children now are sensitive and, he hurt my feelings. And, I was a sticks and stone may break my bone, but words never hurt me personally. That's how I grew up. And I think we should go back to that. Teaching these boys how to be boys instead of pacifying their feelings so they can turn out to be a girl. Now I'm going to be quiet on that.
And you know what? We do have a lot of that going on in the schools. Okay. And I would say that there is a lot of inappropriateness that the schools are allowing.
Yep.
Now, I'm not against anyone's sexuality, but
I am. Okay, I am.
Okay, and that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, as far as being in the schools, man,
right?
Kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're still young. They're still in there, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their lives or themselves. I don't think that type of influence should be a part of the school. If you come to school and you decide you want to be something, I guess, and you young and you want to be, a lesbian or a homosexual, okay, that's cool. But why do you got to come there and show it? That way everybody can see it, influencing other kids that are coming up and that are trying to get their mind right.
Yeah.
You messing them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would rather them come there, hey, you're homosexual, okay, at least dress like a dude. At least do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't be dressing, got the makeup and the nails and the lipstick and and the tight clothes and the.
Yep.
I mean, this is ridiculous. Look, dude, like y'all messing them kids up, man.
Yep.
The other kids under y'all are messing them up. I'm
Yep.
telling you, man.
It is.
You know, and then the females, they're doing the same shit. They sitting
Yeah.
there arguing up and down with girls that are against it, but just sitting there spreading and telling the girls that it's okay. Look, let them make their own decisions.
Right.
You know, I would think that type of shit needs to be out of the school.
Yes.
Deal with that shit off campus, at home, in your communities. But come on, the educational area. Come on, man. The kids go through enough.
I agree, Tony. I agree because it interacts with the other children who are trying to be heterosexual, you know, and then you got the and we're gonna talk about it. You got the active shooters who mad killing up our kids because don't nobody want to accept their sexuality when sexuality should not even be in our school system. They're there to learn, not to understand what you like. If you a boy, if you a girl, that's too much. Those are things that needs to come out of the school system. Just like we need to reform the police, we need to reform our school system. So I encourage you people also to go out. Not only am I running, you should run for political office. Now, I know the saying is you can't change anything. Some things you can. Some things you can change. So how you run your school board is a easy change. It's an easy change. They change them every year. So all you have to do is get involved. Even if you're a youth, you know, all you got to do is be 18. So instead of coming out, going to college, come out and get in the political world so that you can systematically change some things.
Right. And what's your take on this, Frankie? Frankie's snacking and everything.
Well,
let me have some. Pass me some.
Well,
man.
Personally,
snacks.
So I don't know if you want these. It's just basically some oats. Personally, I just feel as though that the system has taken out the trades in order for them to be able to benefit for people actually paying for what they were learning from in school originally. So it's more of getting around that system of paying extra for what you can learn naturally. So I feel as though being more, I also feel as though the school system is set up in order to trap our children and to put them in a certain light of, I would say mostly like following in line. They teach you how to follow in line, do what I say, pass these tests, learn this. You're really not using a lot of the stuff that you learn in school that you are going to apply in life. So that is the big problem that I have with schools nowadays.
Yeah, but I think that they should keep these, these things that that they need to learn in the schools. So when they get out of school, they graduate, or even if they go to college, decide to get a degree or a job, they'll already have their basic skills on how to do the job. You know what I'm saying? Or advanced skills, however you want to do it. That way the jobs won't have to go through training them. You know what I'm saying? And they'll already have the knowledge. So see, that's where I think that the schools need to play a part in. But now you go to a job and you don't know how to do it. They pay for your training, or if they don't pay for your training, you got to pay toward to get the training. I mean, like, it's just extra shit. Why not keep it in the school so that they can learn the skills? That way, when they get the job, they'll know how to do the job.
Right.
That's all I'm saying on that. Go ahead.
That's the track they set.
Huh?
That's the track they set.
Yes.
So they realized, like, when we were doing those electrician and carpentry and stuff like that before Job Corps was put into place.
Right.
It was in high school. So they were like, okay, well, we can get paid for this, so let's not continue to give it to them for free. So we would have to create our own schooling systems and homeschool our children in order to implement these things, in order to get around the systematic things that they already have in place.
Yeah, that is true. So everything has been pretty much, changed for their own purposes. It's not even for the benefit of the children. They can care less about the damn kids anymore, systematically. Oh, where'd you go, sister? Tune time. They can care less anything about, what's going on with the kids and what they should be learning, what they should have, as far as educational, inform or, excuse me, as far as the educational, as far as what they need to know before they leave, their educational environment, which is the school system. So yeah, they have made so many changes, and they have done. I thought we lost you for a
No,
second,
I
too.
didn't want to cough on camera. I'm a little under the weather, but I didn't want to do that.
Oh well, shit. Everybody that's been watching me, they know I cough and I sneeze, I did all
Yeah,
kinds of shit.
I ain't want to do you like that. It
Hey,
sounds like a man or something. Like, is
oh,
that really a
damn.
woman?
Damn, too.
Yeah, I ain't want to do it to you, Tony. I ain't want to do it
Yeah,
to you.
sometimes I mute myself, but sometimes I can't mute myself fast enough to
Yeah,
call for the sneeze. It just come out. I'm like, damn,
right.
I be trying to catch it. So yeah, it happens. So how about this here? Let's say this here. So we pretty much covered systematically with the kids as far as educational. Now, how about systematically covering with the youth, as far as let's just say their intimate, intimate interests. What would be y'all opinion on the youth's intimate interests systematically?
Okay, I would say no sex
Mm-hmm.
before marriage.
Oh yeah, you would say that.
I would say that.
Okay.
Not because of biblical beliefs, but that's
Okay.
part of it. That's part of it.
Okay.
But I
All
would
right.
say that because we have to explain to them that
Right.
there's transferring of spirits. Once you have sex, you're no longer a human being, you become a sexual being. And it's a lot that comes with that. Once you do that with a person, they might act crazy. They might be obsessed with you, don't want to be around you all the time. They're going to try to be jealous. You got to explain all of that to them, what being a sexual being is. And I don't think that we are explaining to the children or the youth that once you enter this realm, there's a point of no return.
Mm-hmm.
Because life as you know it now, without being a sexual being, it becomes different. You see the world different. You're going to have new devils coming at you differently. So once you enter into this realm, be prepared for it. You on your grown woman stuff now. You on your grown man thing now. There's no going back. Mama can't tell you no once you start smelling yourself. So, I would just give it to them to keep in mind that you will no longer be yourself. It's a whole nother realm, and I think that's what we're not telling them, that there is a different realm that they will have to encounter once they become sexual beings.
Yeah, but don't you think that because see, this is what saying. This is a pretty pretty good conversation, as so far. But don't you think? And this is what I really truly mean about the systematic intimacy. You don't think that systematically that that the youth is being influenced and coerced and taught as far as listening to the music and what they see on television, what they are hearing as far as audio, information. You don't think that is molding them to be these sexual, organisms? This is because see, it's not coming off the top on its own. You know what I mean? We know how it comes off the top, all three of us. But these babies, they're being told how to do it. This is what I mean by the systematic influence as far as intimacy is concerned. They're doing what is being shown and sung and rapped and programmed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what about that? And I want Sister Frankie to hit, to top off on that opinion. Let me hear your opinion, sister.
Well, so as far as that goes, it is the parent's job on to lead the child on what music to listen to or not listen to. Because whatever, like, even though we grow up listening to Me and Mrs. Jones, we really didn't know that that was about them cheating. You get what I mean? But now this music is so raunchy, you know that they're out here doing this stuff. So it starts there. And also knowing that mostly everything is a remake. And the tone of music that's put out here as well is to harm, kill, and destroy. But finding the music that has the message and to uplift people like Kendrick Lamar, or you know what I mean, they are out here. So it's just making them more mainstream for your child versus your child choosing what's on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
radio only plays the same, 20 songs, no matter what station you listen to. They have, majority of them only have like the same 20 songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what? Okay, yeah, but what about? Excuse me. Now what? Okay, now what about if the parents are? If the parents are doing their job, they are taking care of business, they are being responsible for the children, but they're choosing the children because we don't because we may be what I'm saying our responsibility as parents may be to raise them and guide them and teach them right from wrong and teach them right but what about when they decide to choose and make those decisions? Is it still the parents' fault, or is it the very systematic systems? It's the influence fault that the child has made this decision. Like, who do we blame?
I would definitely
Well,
blame
I
the
would
parent.
definitely say it's systematic. I would
Okay.
say it's systematic versus the parents because there's only one or two parents versus when they go to school and go out into the world, they are entertaining hundreds of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but go ahead, Tupac.
Right. Go
I
ahead,
would
Tune.
say it's the parents because, and I'm just keeping it 100, Tony. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
parents buying their kids iPads and phones at 6. You know what I'm saying? They're giving them all these amenities, which they do not need. They have access to a lot of sexual intercourse on the TV screens, on the radio. So I would just say I was a strict parent, and my kids now still have not, encountered a lot of things because I was so strict on them. But they are responsible,
Mm-hmm.
responsible adults now. But again, we have started giving kids phones. I've seen a daggone 5-year-old with an iPhone. That's ridiculous. I think you should get a phone at 15. That's just me. I don't think that a 7-year-old should be walking around with an iPhone or iPad. That don't make sense. Because you're giving them too much access to all of this intimate stuff that they don't need. So it really goes back to the parent, what you allow your child to do, and right now we want to be their friend instead of being their parent. Oh, mama, everybody else got one. Why can't I have one? Because you can't.
Because I said so.
Because I said so. You got to be a parent and
Yeah,
not be their friend.
that's
And
right.
so I think that this new decade of people have they're no longer parents. They want to be their children's friend. So
Yeah, they want to hang with them and all that, and they want to do all
yeah.
this mess here.
I
So
want to
right
give
here,
them what I never had. I want to give them what I never
mhm.
had. I don't want to give my kids what I never had. Because you know why? This gonna make them a lazy person. They ain't gonna want to do nothing. Oh, you giving it to them. You want to do. I want to be strict on mine. Like I got 3 grandchildren. I'll get a chance to reparent again. And I'm gonna be strict on them. I'm not buying phones at 9 or 10. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So just it goes back to the parent, what you allow to go on in your household. And a lot of things are happening in these households with the parents. So that's why they can't really stop their child from being intimate at a young age because it's happening in their household right in front of them. Let's talk about that. I'm just saying. I'm my bad. My bad. I'm just saying though.
Say that again.
I said a lot of things is happening in the households with the children as far as intimacy or sexuality because it's happening in the household. Mm-hmm. They got to see it because it's happening in their household. They see they mama with all these men coming in out of the house. She in the club every weekend, bringing home a man every week. So they confusing the young lady, and then most of the men, not all of them, but most of the time, that's where some sexual abuse happens because your mama got all these men and women, men in and out the house. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the dudes, the little young boys watching this man. He probably an alcoholic, probably selling dope. He probably robbed. He probably doing all type of stuff. And it's just the parenting is I'm holding the parents accountable for what they allowed to happen in that child's life.
I mean, well, wait a minute. So now, hold on. I agree. Hold on. I agree with you because what does happen in the home, the parents are responsible for.
Yep.
So I do agree with you to that extent, Yep. But what happens outside the home, that is a fight for parents. Because I'm right. That is, from my experience, that is a fight. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Because everyone is not going to agree with what the hell you talking about when they come to your children, when they come to your babies. You got people that are out there, in corporate America, in the community that sees things differently and think you should do it the way they think you should do it. So it's a fight outside of your home.
Right.
In the home, you're supposed to be able to control that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to know how to carry, to carry yourself appropriately for your children to learn things gradually in a respectful way. So yeah, it's the parents' fault as far as in the home.
Right.
But outside, it's a fight. And any parent that's watching right now, y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. It's a fight. Always. And I'm so sick of that shit.
Well, Tony, that's why you have to explain to the child when they're out there in the streets. You must explain to them, hey, when somebody come up to you trying to give you a little left-hand cigarette, or they say, hey, man, let's go over here and steal out the store. You got to give these kids scenarios before they encounter. I remember the time I had just talked to my son about drugs, right? And he got this job. And how about they put 2 ounces of weed dropped them right in front of him. And I had told him, son, if you ever encounter something like this, don't touch it because you don't want your DNA on nothing. And the lady he said the manager told him, go out there and pick it up. He said, no, ma'am. My mama just had this conversation with me. I'm not supposed to touch that. Call the police. And that's exactly, he said the lady was stunned because he was a young black man who didn't go and try to get those 2 ounces up off the ground.
Right,
so,
right.
It was a setup. That was just a setup to see what type of son he was and a setup to see what kind of parent I was. But little did they know I had already discussed that type of scenario with my son. And I think this is what we fell in short in as parents. We're not explaining to these kids. You might say, hey, I don't want you to do this, but give them a reason why you don't want them to do it. Hey, I don't want you sleeping around with all these dudes because you could possibly become a woman of the night. Explain to them.
Okay, hold on a second. Now, I want y'all to understand me when I say that it's a fight, and I clearly get what you're saying, Tune. Mm-hmm. But clearly what I'm saying when it's a fight is because you already know, regardless of what you teach them, as far as how you're guiding them and giving them this advice on out there in the world, how to handle themselves out there in the street. You got to put that trust into your children to see if they're going to make the right decision. And that's the tough part about it because you got to have this rested on your mind. Like, man, I really hope they make the right decision while they're out there. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get a phone call. You know what I mean? Y'all know the phone calls I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a fight, and it's always going to be that way because, we sometimes as parents, sometimes we just don't be feeling like, man, I really don't want my kid out there, but say we was kids too. So we out here and look at, we turned out all right. Now we got to
Right.
give our children that same opportunity. But what's your opinion of Frankie?
I just know you can train up a child in the way should go, although at the same time it is that child's choice once they get out there against those, thousands of people in the school. It's not just, like the school only has 5 or 6 people in the classroom. You know what I mean? So that once they are in these public places, it's all of their different ideas going against how you raised your child. So for me, I just count on, you knowing how you raised your child and having the faith and the hope that your child is going to be able to go along with how you raise them versus how the system wants to raise them.
Right. So basically, all together, you know, it's a fight with the fact that out in the streets, you hoping they're making the right decision, and it's a fight with the fact that they're gonna have to deal with the system regardless how much we train them. We just have to put that trust in them. We just have to hope for the best because that's all we can do. We can train them to be the best of the best of the best, but we already know, and this is something that I feel like all parents know: your child is going to make a mistake. This is not gonna. This is There are no perfect children. There are no perfect adults. None of that. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to cover on that. So that's pretty much, ladies. Move on to the part where we have this issue with the adults. Okay, we done already talked about the children, the babies. Now let's get to the grown folks. All right. Now we don't need to sugarcoat it.
I ain't got no
you
sugar to
know,
coat. I ain't
we
got no
we
sugar to
we
coat.
right. We ain't sugarcoat it with the children. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it with y'all grown asses. Okay, so we finna go in on this.
I'm gonna let
Now,
Frankie go first because I'm coming hard. I got some talking for their ass. Come on, I'm gonna let her go first though.
so we'll hit up the part. Whoa, where'd you go, Toon Time? I don't know where you went. Um,
I'm right
we'll
here.
we'll go. We'll start off with the systematic situations for adults, and then we'll talk about how we'll talk about as far as the systematic relationships. All right. Now we'll go into that last. Okay. But this is the second round. So let's talk about the systematic situations adults put themselves through, or, and also that they are caught in. So, Sister Frankie, go ahead, sister. Let's hear it.
Um, so systematic relationships that people put themselves through can be cultivated under many different umbrellas.
Wait, not the
Um,
relationship part. Not no. Let's talk about the situations first, because there are situations other than relationships that happen systematically to the adults. So let's talk about situations
okay,
first. Then we'll go to relationships last. That'll be in the third round.
so situations would be like buying houses, and is
Mm.
that what you mean by systematic
Yeah,
situations?
systematically,
So
financially buying things and spending unnecessary
redlining,
money, being irresponsible, all
right,
that stuff. Yeah.
right. So when you're going out to buy a house, you are being redlined. So therefore, you're forced to live in certain neighborhoods to where you frivolously spend money. We are taught to be more consumers than we are taught to be entrepreneurs. I'm sorry, the outside. So we are taught to be more consumers than we are taught to be business owners and entrepreneurs and knowledgeable people. It tends to be frowned upon for people to have knowledge. So it just depends on which system, situationships that we have within our community. Um, it's a lot of stuff, where we are so-called programmed into holding ourselves back and each other back.
Okay. Sister Tune Time, your statement about that, as far as systematic situations that adults put themselves in or get in. You're muted, sister. You're
Okay.
muted.
All right. Sorry about that. First off, let me
Is
start
your
by.
camera okay? Because it keep going off, or that's you keep camming down Tune Time.
That
You.
was me. That was me. I was.
Start pressing
I'm
that
cooking
button.
and everything. Time. You know, I'm multitasking. I apologize for that. My guy got to get ready to go to work, so I got to make sure he got some food. That's another thing. As an adult, I'm just gonna start off with the ladies. Ladies, y'all are doing too much in front of these kids. You having grown folks conversations. You doing grown folks stuff in front of the kid. You got your 10-year-old little girl trying to shake her tail feather in front of some little boys. That's not okay. Okay, I know y'all think it's cute. Ooh.
No, I thought that was me.
I know y'all think it's cute to show your baby on camera, because I see it a lot on TikTok. Showing your baby shaking her tail feather, and it is not cool. It is bringing about a whoremongering spirit on that young lady. It's giving a Jezebel spirit to her to carry throughout her lifetime, which she's not going to even know when a distinctive gentleman come up to her, because she's so used to the hood rats or the the thugs and stuff like that. She's not gonna know how to carry herself. Is all you teaching her is to shake her tail feather. Okay? And dudes, it is not okay to sleep with multiple women. It is not. You teaching your son to be with a whole lot of women, and that's not good. And you creating situations that can become deadly.
Hold on a second, Sister Tune Time. You said it is not good to sleep with multiple women.
Multiple women. It's not good.
Okay. Now, hold on. I just got to interject for a second. Because you trying to fire it up. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you catch on fire if I don't catch on fire with you.
Okay, come on with it, Tom.
Hold on a second. You said it's not good to sleep with multiple women.
It's not.
All right. It's not. Okay. So wait a minute. If that's not okay, because we got the women doing it too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to put them out there or nothing like that. I just want to make sure we understand. So it's not good for men to sleep with different type of women. Okay. So do you suggest that men or young men just have one woman?
I do suggest holding yourself. You can date without having sexual relations. So I suggest that they get to know one another and save sex for later, like marriage. You don't want to be out here just throwing it around. Females the same. Women, I see that a lot. Y'all think side pieces is good. Y'all think, you know what I'm saying, tearing up homes is good. It is not. It is not giving you a good path of life, because nobody is going to look at you.
I know, but Tune Time. Wait a minute. Hold on a second now. Okay, I can see that you have, you're looking at this from an aspect of, of tearing a foundation down. I got you. But when you got two individuals that have a mutual agreement on what they decide they're going to do with each other, whether it's that individual, whether it's a man and a woman, or whether it's a man and multiple women, this is a mutual agreement. This has nothing to do with this being a bad thing. This is just something that they both want, or that they all want. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to see, how is that really just bad?
Because it is bad, Tony. It is bad. That's where you explain to them STDs. That's where you explain to them babies that they're going to have to take care of. That's going to cost a lot of money. Okay. And we're not doing that. We're like, oh, he got a girlfriend. That's cute. No, it's not. It's not cute when he have a baby. Because then grandma and grandpa going to have to take care of that baby. Because, he young. He ain't going to have time for no baby. She ain't going to have time for no baby. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take care of the baby, you still got a baby taking care of a baby.
Okay, but wait. Well, why do you think that this is happening? Men sleeping with multiple women and women sleeping with multiple men. Why do you think that that's what's? Why do you think that's going on?
Because there are no one is explaining to them what comes to being a sexual being. You become you come from a human being to a sexual being, and when you become a sexual being, you're going to encounter all different types of situations that is made for you to go further down. Okay.
Okay, yeah, but what about the men? Okay, but look, hold on a second. Now, the reason why I kind of disagree is for the simple fact we have to look at the mental illness part about it. There's a lot of people that have mental illness and that do things sexually out of what say out of what they feel like doing. You know what I mean? You have people that have certain saying sicknesses. Saying as far as sex addiction. You know what I'm saying? You have people that have all sorts of sexual, explicit behavior, all because they enjoy being touched. They enjoy, the aspect of getting into the bed with someone else that they can explore with. So, and then you have both parties in agreement to this. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's mainly most of the time that people just have certain addictions. You know what I'm saying? They have certain addictions. They have certain, pleasures that they would like to experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I just partially disagree because I've spoken to people that have addictions, that have these problems. You know what I mean? Where they would sleep with multiple people because of the mental illness, or because of the sex addiction, or because of the pleasurable choices that they can make with multiple people. So what do you say about that? Or is that just all still wrong?
Okay, Tony, I agree, but she's so melanated. She's just now getting up. She said she fell asleep or something.
Okay. I don't know what sister I am that when she just I don't know. I don't know what happened.
She probably heard that I was going to be on her too. So, she don't really like to come toe to toe with me. I don't know why.
Who are you talking about?
I am that.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, so.
All right.
I just think it goes to the parenting. Like a lot of people that I've talked to that had these sexual addictions is because their mother used to sleep around. Or they seen that. I'm just saying from the people that I've talked to, because I've asked the question. I asked the question that don't nobody want to ask. And one guy told me it was
two-time. How can someone have a sex addiction all because of what they're seeing their mother or their
because they saw their mother in and out with a lot of men.
And so you said they just became accustomed to what they had saw, and they was like, well, I guess that's right to do.
Right, because we
fucking that kid up.
Yes, because that's again, we fucking the kids up early. So at an early age, he was fucked up because his mama used to make him stay outside while she turned her tricks. You see what I'm saying? And then even say a 13-year-old young lady, she gonna see her mama sleeping around with all these men. She not gonna know that, hey, you're not supposed to do this because her mom's doing it. Or the little young man, 15-year-old young man, see his dad is a straight up player. He gonna think it's okay, and he ain't supposed to treat the woman like she's supposed to be treated because his dad. Now he don't watch his dad. His dad is the one that done showed him, man, I can have this one, I can have that one. All you got to do is just do this. Woo, woo, woo. No, that's not proper training. That is training that young man to be live wire. Destructive, okay? And nobody is telling them, hey, this is not right. Everybody is like brushing it off the shoulder. Oh, he a boy. Oh, she a girl. No, that is not good behavior. And what it end up being is you got this woman over here with 5, 6 kids. She ain't got not one baby daddy around to help her. And then it's left on the grandmama and the granddaddy to try to fix the situation. And I'm a grandmama, okay? And I'm tired already. My grandbaby is 1 and 2. I'm tired already. You know what I'm saying? I gotta send rent money. I gotta send car note money. They ain't got no food. The daddy ain't doing all this, but because it's my baby, I'd have to do it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna leave your people out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying we're not explaining. Now, granted, my daughters did get pregnant at 21 and 22.
Wait,
so
wait a minute, two time. Excuse me. I
mm-hmm.
meant to mute myself, y'all. I'm really trying not to cough on this live. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all hear, y'all just hear it, okay? You know, I'm having some weather problems over here. But okay, so I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know what I'm saying? But the question still can also remain because of the simple fact that all of these things are happening. All of these things are being done organizational wise, guidance wise, and the decisions are still being made. You know what I'm saying? In a very inappropriate way. So see, it's just you can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You lose, you win, you win. I mean, it's still going. It's still going in the way that we disagree. So this is not. It's not like we can pretty much do anything else about it. That's just the time that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I think we can do something about it, Tony. What I'm saying to do about it is
wait, two times. It's always still going to be their decision. We can't do nothing about it, Toon Time.
But you can program now. You know, just like we allow the internet to program our children, we can do the same thing. It's something that in my kids, all three of my children's head, I done programmed in their head. I said it so much. They were like, Mama, I know. They can repeat it back to me verbatim. You understand? So it's important that parent, they get on them kids. We as parents are soft little suckers, okay? We soft. We sweet tart on the kids. We want to make sure they got.
No.
Hold on, let me finish.
I ain't like that with my kids at all.
Hold on, Tony. We want to make sure they got what I didn't have. No, I don't. I want to make sure they ass work for what I didn't have. I want to make sure that they're responsible enough to have what I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that they earn what I didn't have. And we're not doing that in this community. In the United States, we are some lazy children that becoming lazy parents. Our parenting skills have stopped because the government took the Bible out of school. The government took trades out of the school. That does not mean that you could not have incorporated that in your household. Like, come on here on Saturdays, yo, the tail finna go out here and learn how to mow the yard. You finna go out here and learn how to change this tire. Female, you finna come in this kitchen and learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get off here because Azrael is not finna daggone back and forth with me. I ain't finna do all that.
No, don't worry about all that.
I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm not saying for all of everyone. Yeah. I'm saying the majority of it. The majority of it is like that. I see a lot of children.
What I said, hold on to the time. I think of what he was responding to what I had said as far as me being a strict parent. And that's what he was responding to. Like, not all of us are. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I think that's what he was responding to. But don't worry about all that. But
okay,
as we were saying,
I'm just saying, what I've seen, the majority of what I've seen is parents not being parents. And it goes back to that. They expect the school system to train their child when no, they there to learn. You supposed to train your child. You're supposed to make sure that child do everything that the school system saying do in learning. Are we doing that? No. My mama used to sit and watch me.
Let's go back to the time. Let's go back to the adults because we didn't already talked about the kids. We didn't already did that. But let's go back to the adults because it just kind of just, reverted back to the kids for some reason. But we were pretty much on the fact of the systematic situations that adults get themselves in. You know what I'm saying? So, and it kind of like led to that. But yeah, I do get it. You know what I'm saying? Because your angle with that, it starts as a child. It starts when you're a child. You're right. I get that. But now we are adults. Now they are adults. Let's speak on the fact that they're adults now. And you know what I'm saying, and we can talk about, and we can pretty much speak on both ends that they were taught and they weren't. We can put it like that. But let's stick with the adult aspect of it. So what is your opinion on them being adults or people being adults and they're getting themselves in these situations that are becoming too much for themselves to handle, and they're putting their families through this?
It's sort of like the 80s when the crack era was out.
Dang, okay.
Well, now it's the meth era, the heroin era. And really any type of drug you can get your hands on now, because grown-ups now scares me. That's why I stay to myself a lot, because they doing all these drugs and they having all these orgies, and I'm just not with it. It's like a trisexual thing. Everybody want to sleep with everybody. They want to try something new, and that is not the way to go. I think ever since they allowed homosexuality to be brought to the forefront, it's been messed up ever since, and that's just me. Everything is sexual. You can't turn on a cartoon without it being gay. You can't turn on a commercial without it being, with sexuality. It's just almost sickening to me that.
Yeah, but that's right. But see, hold on, Sister Two Time. That's just right here in America. That's not in the Middle East. That's not in Iran. That's not in Russia. That's not in that shit not going down there. That's here in America. It ain't all over the world like we thought it was. That's the USA. You see what I'm saying? Now, if we want to pack up our kids and go to a different country, I bet you won't see that shit on their broadcast.
No,
I
sorry.
bet you won't see it in their communities.
No.
And I guarantee you, if you do, off goes their head in front of everybody, because they don't play that mess in other countries, man. And America has become the very privileged foundation for homosexuality and lesbianism.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have nothing against anyone that is a homosexual or that's a lesbian. I have nothing against y'all at all. And the LGBTQ, I have nothing against that. It's just I don't like the goddamn negative influence of it.
Right.
That's what I don't like about it. I have nothing against y'all, but I don't like the damn negative influence.
Right.
What about the damn kids? Stop doing that shit. Quit telling these kids that shit is okay. And it's not.
It's not.
Excuse me, I'm just passionate about it.
And I understand it's not okay, Tony, but again, it goes back to say when I was saying the majority rules. Mm-hmm. Everybody is doing it. So they think it's okay. And what it's doing is infecting our nations.
Yes, it is.
Infecting us to the point of no return. I would just encourage everyone to, do better. That's all I can say is do better.
And how are we supposed to keep reproducing if y'all keep telling the children it's okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we supposed to? We're gonna go extinct.
We're gonna go extinct.
Everybody fucking decide to just lay up with the same damn sex. We gonna die.
We're gonna die.
Shit. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Let me stop, because I'll keep.
So you're gonna be in a senior citizen home with two men over there talking about this my husband. There's something wrong with that.
And look, and y'all know I'm not biblical, but I'm just generally upset. I see this shit going on, man, and they're teaching this shit to the newer generation coming up, and to the generation that's already here. Mm-hmm. And they walking around with look, the girls are walking around dressing like the boys, and then the boys are dressing like the girls with the tight damn pants, the tight damn shirts and shit, carrying purses and shit. Look, you motherfuckers need to quit this shit.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Quit this shit. Y'all fucking our kids up, man.
Yes.
And we got even a bigger responsibility, a harder responsibility to help them know right from wrong and to help them realize that, hey, you don't do this type of shit. Y'all making our fucking job hard as shit, you nasty motherfuckers. Oh, excuse me.
And on that note, we do not agree with homosexuality. I do not agree with homosexuality. I believe that it's an abomination, but we're not going to go there. But I think that it's like Brother Tony said, it is infecting our upcoming children. They get confused. They don't know what to think. And like you said, Tony, we're going to be extinct. we have to have man and woman to reproduce.
Yes.
If everybody's sleeping with everybody on the same sex, we're not going to be able to reproduce the population. Now,
Yeah.
I do know for a scientific fact that the Caucasian bloodline is on the verge of being extinct. But if we don't do better as the black nation,
that's why
then
they
we're
messing
going to
with
be
us.
on the same page. Ain't nobody going to be able to reproduce nothing. We just going to be some gay people walking around with walkers and shit. I'm just saying.
And looking at each other like, ew.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Ew, what? You supposed to be with that. Woman, you supposed to be with that. A male. Male, you supposed to be with that. A female. What you mean, ew? Shit.
Oh my God.
You know what? Let me shut up. Let me get off this.
I'm done. We done on this subject. Yeah, because we both are passionate about that.
I'm sorry. When I start talking about that shit, hey, look, I hope I didn't disrespect nobody watching, man.
You did
but
not.
That's just how I feel, okay?
Right.
And you ain't finna knock me for how I feel. I can care less.
Right.
But that's just how I feel because I have children and I don't want my kids to succumb to that shit.
Right.
It's just not right.
So what do you do, Tony? What do you do to keep your kids from succumbing to that? Do you talk to them about this type of thing?
I talk to them. I let them know that is not a decision that your father will be happy with. And I will always be disappointed in your decision.
Okay. That's a good quote to tell them. That is really good. Yep. So anybody listening, man, Tony. Hey, she's so melanated.
I apologize for being a little tardy. I do apologize. For this.
It's okay. You here?
Yeah.
So what do you do? She's so melanated. What do you do to, Tony, you asked her the question that I just asked you.
Okay. I'm sorry, my mind was on this this conversation, and I have so much more to say about it. Well, I think it's best for me to redirect this conversation before it becomes very. So, sister, thanks you for coming. Wish you could have made it from the beginning, but that's okay. Everybody need to get rest because I know my big ass goes to sleep too. So, all right. So, basically, we're on this topic here as far as systematic situations with adults. All right. What do you say about adults getting themselves in systematic situations?
And just clarify, what does systematic mean?
Well, systematically, like something that was basically created for you to follow when you should really just be following your own heart and reality of things.
I mean, just like with Black families, I believe that we're a part of this system, and it's up to you if the families actually want to be a part of this system. Where in which it's kind of like where they exit the Black man out the household, and here you have these Black single women raising these children. It's a system, and being a mom myself, these are the things that I deal with when it comes to my family. And it's very important that we kind of just try not to follow it. Try not to follow it. Keep God first, be righteous, don't follow suit.
Okay. But damn it, I was trying to mute myself before that happened. Hold on. Excuse me. So try not to do it. Okay, I get that. But you got temptation. You have desires. You have people wanting and longing for a situation, whether it be systematic or whether it be personally. Most of the time, people tend to have situations that are very systematic, unrealistic, but they want it because they desire it, and that's what they feel, and they won't let anyone tell them otherwise. So how can we, even speak to someone that's already got their mind made up about that? Like, is there a way that we can reach that person or those people?
Sometimes it's hard to switch up one's way of thinking. Um, when one has one goal, one sort of mindset, sometimes it's very hard to kind of uh convince someone to think other ways. But me myself, I try to stay around like-minded individuals. I often at times I find myself being an introvert because I can follow into temptation, staying focused on your values and your morals, or me myself, has helped me allow to just be a little bit more outgoing to others when others do present things to me. Um, but yeah, definitely people are just kind of brainwashed into feeling like,
Systematically, right?
yes,
Systematically, right?
it's a brainwash thing.
Systematically.
Due to fears and due to trauma, it could come from your family background, and it's the fears of doing something different, being yourself.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you. But let's just stay with the systematic aspect of it. We know, we don't even want to, pretty much put it as far as family and personal stuff. Let's stay with the systematic nature of it, because there have been so many act out behaviors systematically. People have done things because systematically this is what they were taught, other than what the parents or anything personal from what they've learned. But systematically, this is what they know. They're systematically in tuned in a particular way because it was fixed for them, created for them to do it. And see, and this is where I feel like there is an issue with the system, period. Because instead of us knowing, getting information from each other, or are speaking to each other, saying about our experiences and how to raise our kids, or how to talk to one another, how to exchange information from our personal experiences, or exchange energy with each other to better understand how to do what we need to do for each other and for our kids. We are relying on a systematic, created delusion, and it's become a problem. So, how do we adults not be manipulated by this, and continue to do things naturally like we should have been doing centuries ago? How do we do this? What's the solution?
Well, I would think that we should, as parents, uh, start some type of groups or something. Back in the days, it said it takes a village to raise the child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't really trust a village because it's perverted. So we got to utilize what we all have right now, and that's the internet. And I think the only way that we could create a better situation for our children is to communicate with other parents who are like-minded on how and what to do when you're encountering a systematic problem with your youth. There should be a go-to site. There should be a go-to group on the internet that y'all can relay information between each other, give ideas, and that would be our village again. Because, like I said, it's perverted now. So we can't really just let our kids be in the village no more, because they might come out, he might leave home a boy and come back a girl, because the village taught him, hey, it's okay to be this way. Same way with our females. There should be our elder women. I'm just gonna take it there. Me, when you around me, you ain't gonna do no crazy stuff, because I'm gonna say something. I don't care who child you is. I don't care who mama you is. Even if you are an adult, I'm gonna say something to you, and that could be a curse, and that can also be a blessing. But for me, it's a curse most of the time, because they're like, man, who is you? Like, I'm Toon Time. Okay, that ain't right. We could be in the store and I'm gonna say something. And I think we need to go back to
I
that.
do the same thing. I do. You know what, ladies? I do the same thing. Like if I'm around a crowd of people or just a few people, if I see something going on that I may feel is wrong, and I'm really hoping this is not even, hopefully we're not contradicting ourselves because we did say something earlier. It's the same way. So, but this is just what I'm going to say is sometimes if I do see something that's wrong, I do say something. I do. You know what I'm saying? They be like, "Oh, who the hell are you?" I'm telling you to God. That's who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? So and it just gets kind of bad. But other than that, sometimes people be like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, my bad about that." They talk to their kids or their significant other, but a lot of times or most of the time they get rowdy, they get crazy with you, and it's just.
And I do understand that, Tony, but you got to be approachable.
Yeah.
Observe the situation and see how you would approach them. I work in security right now. I'm ex-law enforcement. So I have a knack of de-escalating situations, and I'll just go in and see what I could say as far as conversation-wise on how to de-escalate the situation. But definitely I think that we should, form some type of digital village, if possible, with our youth. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say something, because a lot of right now is it ain't my business. Well, it is your business. It's your people. It's your nation. So it is your business. Don't just stand back and not say anything. And I think that's what's happening. We've been prone not to say this or not to say that when it needs to be said. Okay. That would be my solution.
Right.
Yeah, it almost feels like a virus that's widespread, and it's like you can't even catch a hold of it. So because the youth is just doing the whole thing, and we were once young, and I try not to judge the youth, and I try to come from an understanding, but a lot of things I just don't understand. And you're right, get into them on a digital level. Being more involved in the community can very help much with that, I think.
And I think so too. But I would say overall, continue to teach, and hopefully one day we will see true change into that. All right, so let's move on to pretty much the third round and final round, which pretty much is basically we're going to move into the relationship aspects of the systematic behavior. All right, now I don't know. Tune time. When you calm down, I'm gonna just put you down and bring you back up when you calm back up. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So can I ask, sister? I mean, I know we this is pretty much an official, I guess, digital meet.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, as well. But can I ask, basically, from your, let's just say, general and personal experience, what do you know to be factual about systematic relationships?
So, relationships on what? I can't.
On what level of aspect is that? What you?
Yeah, just if you could break it down, if you could break it down for me.
Okay. Well, we already.
I don't want to sound ignorant. That's why.
Okay. Well, all right. So, okay. Say you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And you know that it's wrong for your boyfriend or your husband to hit you, and
right.
He knows that it's wrong for you to do it as well. But for example, systematically wise, something that was created to for you to follow, for you to live the way saying you're being told to live when you should already know how to live because you were taught unsystematically, but because you're relying on the systematic policy, the systematic creation, you were taught it's okay to hit her. It's okay
Mm.
to hit him.
Mm.
It's okay to shoot. It's okay to steal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is just
Nah,
the
like
systematic, the machine, the generated machine that told you, this
yes.
robot told you, it's okay to cut that motherfucker's head off. And you know that shit not right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like
it
that.
it is sad. It is sad. That makes me go back and think of my grandmother, a woman who I always just idolized and I love so much. She rest in peace to her. But she was definitely that sort of strong woman who just hey, she stayed home. She had the kids. She cooked, she cleaned, she dealt with whatever sort of abuse from my grandfather. And it was just a lot. And she cared for my grandfather all the way up into his dying days. He never was in a nursing home, thank God. Like, just a very strong woman to be able to raise 12 children, let alone I think a good 6 other grandchildren. So I myself, now that I'm a mom, it's a lot of things that I have done different. I do agree with certain aspects of how my grandmother, raised the family. Being there as a mom is very important. This whole single mother, do it by myself. I understand. I get it. You got to do what you got to do, but he is definitely valuable. I get it. Maybe things didn't work out, but man is head, woman comes second, then children. That I believe in that. That's
But
just
do you
cold.
so wait, is that like is that as far as your biblical belief? Is that where you're coming from with that? Or is that just something you
That's something morally that I live by.
mm-hmm. But
Um,
it's from a biblical aspect though, right?
I have heard it in the Bible as well, too,
Mm-hmm.
that someone says it in those terms. And it's just a feeling I felt,
Right.
now
But
I
see, hold
do.
on. But sister, it has been around though. But see the biblical aspect of it, I call that the cheap shit. Okay. Now
Okay.
the real shit is where it had originated from. You know what I'm saying? Which is it originated from our ancestors, our people, because they don't really tell the true story on how that shit really goes as far as the biblical aspect. They give you the sugar coated version. You know
Right,
what I'm
on the
saying? They
surface.
give you, they give you the candy and the cakes and the pies, but they don't really give you the nature of why it happens that way. You know what I mean? Why the woman would be in control of the well-being of the children, or keeping the kingdom healthy and strong. They don't give you the shit that you need to know. They give you the sugar-coated shit. Oh, well, she's your supporter and that's it. No, tell me the
Right,
reason why she's a supporter. Why
right.
is this king ruling for about 50, 60 years? It's because of her. You see what I'm saying? They
Mm,
ain't gonna fuck with the queen because they know she don't play. He
right.
ain't nah, this is my king. He finna rule until he
Mm,
died, motherfucker.
right.
We ain't going
Yes,
nowhere. We ain't going nowhere.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But look, if you look at it now, systematically, because see, all that stuff was part of bloodline and lineage shit. You know what I'm saying? But systematically now is, oh, fuck him. Put him out, kick him in his dick. He ain't shit. I'm like, damn, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So
And
yeah,
I
that's
do
systematic behavior.
I do get it from that aspect too, from a woman who's just like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
fed up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't work with you. Here I'm trying to work with you. And what us black women, I get so it makes me so sad with this narrative that black women, we just angry, mad, and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
No, we have similar blood, just like your black mother,
Yeah.
where, hey, when you outside, when you was that little boy outside, it's a fear we had. We don't want you to get hurt. We don't want nothing to happen to you. And a lot of times we don't come off nurturing and just pour it out. and just say, look, I'm sad and I'm afraid. So we tend to put fear. It's not right because it's still sort of abuse, and that's a grown man. He's not a child,
And do you think that affects the relationship systematically?
Yes, definitely. I didn't become that until I became a mom. The moment I became a mom and I had my little boy, no, can't hurt him. No. Don't say no. I'm going to war with anybody. Right? Now he's 10. You're going to keep that memo? You're going to keep that same? Oh, no, he needs his father.
That's right.
His father is one who's going to guide him and teach him how to maneuver as a man. You gave all the love and nurturing you can. Now it's time for him to know how to fight, and his father going to teach him that. And it's different roles, even with a mother and her daughter. I have a daughter as well, So I don't know if it's a system, but I just think that, like I said, man first, woman second, children. When you go that way, Gucci.
And you know what? I'm telling you, I know a few women that will completely disagree with that order like that.
I know.
I'm telling you, they'll sit there and they'll argue with you to the end of the world. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you mean, girl. Nah, something wrong with you. It's just they hate the fact that you have some women like yourself that believe in that order. You know what I mean? But it's also a sort of an equal responsibility as well. But see, that's the power structure. That right there, that's the team. That's the dream team, baby.
Yeah.
That's the power structure. That's the empire. That right there is the goddamn nail in the wood. And people, if y'all don't listen to this shit, something wrong with you.
Amen.
No wonder you get a divorce. Shit.
I
just gotta throw it out there. No wonder. No wonder y'all split up, because y'all don't see the power that you have together. You're stronger and more powerful together.
When so you curated
systematic shit that's fucking y'all relationships up, your marriages, you know what I mean? You are the reason. You are allowing this. Look at this. This is what needs to happen. Systematic needs to dissipate. The systematic needs to dissipate. Real life shit, sister. Anything else you want to ask, sister? Because I really wish you'd have came earlier. Because
I'm sorry. I do get nervous, but I'm enjoying this, and I'm happy I was able to meet you. I just
you always do this tune time. Stop. What is this?
I got two things to say.
Hold on a second. Let's let Melanated say so. Go ahead.
I got two things to say that I stand by when it comes to relationships. Mm-hmm. When you and that man laid down to create that child, okay, it took both of y'all. And if y'all did not create that child out of love, it's gonna be issues.
Damn right it is.
Was it a oopsie? No, we don't do oopsie. Y'all women need to know what's in your body. And when you pop up, you know what's going on. You should already know. You should be able to time that all out. If you couldn't pregnant on some oopsie, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
So Sister Melanated, and so, you know what I'm saying, refer to the topic at hand as far as what you just said, but give advice to all the brothers and the sisters out here, about the systematic nature of their relationships and why they don't work and why they can work.
The only system that you can go by to make sure that your relationship is this: if man is head, man is first, woman is second, and then children.
Boy, I got to bring you back to the show.
Yes.
Because you know what? You're going to piss a lot of people off.
Right.
And I don't think she mind either. Hey, the truth is that people hate the truth. People hate the truth.
I ain't telling you, she with me. She with me.
Okay.
That's right.
I gotta bring you back, man. But we gotta get out of here, man.
Okay.
And I just finished dinner and everything. Kids gotta eat. I gotta get out of here.
Enjoy your meal.
So yeah, I'll go ahead with your closing remarks, Sister Melanated, and then Tune Time. I'll come to you next.
Okay.
I have probably something else to say, but no, you guys can follow me. She's so melanated. I do hip hop aerobics, so if you want to dance with me, come dance with me.
Hip hop.
Hey.
I gotta start. You know what? I need to start being a panel and bring y'all asses on there over there on Bigo.
Yeah.
We can continue tonight.
Right. I'm with it.
Go ahead, Sister Tune Time, with your closing remarks.
Well, y'all know it's Tune Time. Tune Time is the right time to talk. Y'all can meet me at Bigo on Tune Time, the Scholar. Also, you can catch me on YouTube, Tune Time Late Show. I enjoy being here on Tony the Real God. Shout out to Tony the Real. To all my people, we're not saying anything to harm you. We're just saying some things to help you. So I hope that you took what we said and apply it to your life. Shout out Tony the Real God. Thank you for having me, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Hey, Sister Melanated, you got to come back. We got to set something else up, Tune Time. We got to bring you and the Sister Melanated back because you came in on the last leg, on the end of the leg. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Too, man. Tune Time was in here cutting it up, so it was good. All right, so we're playing something, soon. I thank everybody for coming, man. Oh, I forgot to do this here. Okay, I gotta put this up. Sorry, y'all. All right, if anyone would like to be a guest on the show, if you feel that you can come on the show, you got some information that you would like to share with the people. All right, and this is, this is an open invitation. All right, if you have a voice and you would like to express that voice, hit me up on my email, tonyreal004@gmail.com for a live screening or phone screening, however you want to do it. All right. And make sure you download the Bigo app and follow Sister She's So Melanated and Sister Tune Time and myself, Tony Real the God. Okay. Also, donate today to support the channel. Okay. Hashtag Big Tony. Man, everything goes towards the account. I got an account for this channel just to let y'all know that. And it says YouTube. So just to let y'all know, when that money go in there, that money stays there because I got to do some things to generate this damn channel to make it go a little higher because I want it to be higher because we got a lot of people that are afraid to come to the show and speak their piece. So, hey, this is for y'all, man. Get your asses here, man. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. Trust me. I'm going to do it as long as I can do it, regardless. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all know I'm talking shit, and I'm gonna tell you the truth at the same time. And y'all quit sending me them goddamn threatening ass emails with y'all crazy ass.
What? Y'all better leave Tony alone. Leave him alone, cause
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke, man.
I want the smoke. Bring me the smoke. Tune Time can handle the smoke. Okay, bring it to me. I got a fire extinguisher for that ass.
Yeah, they be sending me that shit, but it be mostly like, oh, you stupid, and you don't know what you're talking about. All your guests throwed up, and then oh man, you need your ass whooped for saying something like that about God, all this crazy shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Well, that mean you doing real good, Tony the Real. That mean that you are making progress in the nations. That mean people are really hearing what you have to say. So when you get a reaction that way, that's what that means. Like you are having the conversations that needs to be had, and that's why I come over here to Tony the Real.
Talk. And we are going to plan a new show, sisters. I don't know when y'all gonna be available again. All right, because I know you be having to work Tune Time
on Tuesdays. I have made next week I'll also be off on Tuesday. So y'all make sure if you want to do something else on Tuesday, it'll be great for me.
And that's what we're going to do.
I can come back around the same time. I can come back earlier than this. I won't be late.
As a matter of fact, that's when we're going to do something. We're going to do a show on the next. Y'all listen up, all y'all that's watching. Appreciate y'all sticking around, listening to me run my damn mouth. We're gonna set something up so that the ladies will return next Tuesday. And also, I'd like to do a one-on-one show with you, Sister Melanated. I want to really see where your mind is, if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
That's
So,
cool with me.
yeah. So that's so I did it with Toon Time too. She turned out to be all right.
Yeah.
So
If you
I'll
like
be in the
Toon
background.
Time,
I'll be in the background. She's so melanated. You ain't got to worry about it. I'll be right here.
Please.
look at
I'll be
Thank
right
you.
here. Don't even worry about it. Tony,
I
she
am your take on Tony. I'm a nice guy. I ain't gonna do it like that. I ain't gonna do it.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Okay, I will. Look. All right.
But he's still a nice guy, though. He's still a nice guy.
No, he seems like a very nice gentleman.
Yeah.
He's
So
very respectable. I like how he do his platform. He is not degrading me. He is not making me feel bad because my opinion is different than his. So I shout out to Tony the Real, the God. He is very respectful on his platform. So y'all make sure y'all check him out on this platform and other platforms. Tony the Real, the God.
Much love, ladies. Much love, ladies. All right. So y'all be looking out, man. Next week, Tuesday, the ladies will return. And she's so melanated. I guess I got your email, so I guess I can email you, keep in touch with you so we can plan some things. Do you email back?
I do.
Okay, cool. So I'll email you and we could probably set something up off of here. I'm not gonna give y'all the goods for all those that are watching. So we'll set something up off and get something planned so we could do a one-on-one show, man. You can come, be a guest on the show and we can brainstorm a topic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be good because you sound very intellectual. So I want to really take a look at that brain, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So but yeah, thank you, sister, for coming, man. I love y'all, man. I really appreciate the love, man. All right.
And, let me just hang up. I just gotta hang up.
You can just exit out, sister.
Oh,
all right, Tony.
Bye.
All right, she's so melanated. I'm on bigger.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So I'm glad everybody stuck around, man. That was a hell of a show. It was a good show. You know what I'm saying? The sisters were very fiery. I don't know what Sister Frankie went. I don't know if a signal might have dropped or she might have just dropped out. But I thank her for coming as well. We're supposed to have Sister Chaos come in today. She couldn't make it, but that's okay. We got 3 sisters that did come. It might have been together individually a few times, but that's okay. We still had a great show. We still had a good show, y'all. I appreciate all the guests that come to my show, y'all. I really do. One more time, y'all, if you'd like to be a guest, man, hit me up on my email, Tony Real, 0044@gmail.com for a live screening or phone screening, however you want to do it. All right, y'all. All right. So also download the Bigo app and follow your boy, Tony Real, the God. All right. It's a picture of a black and gray lion. So when you download the Bigo app, that's what you will get. All right. Also, donate today to support the channel. Okay. # Big Tony Main. All right. So I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I holler at y'all, man. I really hope I didn't forget nothing, man. I really did. I really hope so. Hope I didn't forget nothing at all. But this is it. And I wish the show could go on longer, but it can't. Got to go be a parent. All right. So holler at y'all, man. I love y'all, man. And I appreciate all the support and the love and respect. And you get it back 100-fold, y'all. Hopefully I ain't forgetting nothing, y'all. Once again, holler at your boy Tony Ritter. God is out. Out of here, baby.